As in America, there are two kinds of Texas. One pushes a bathroom bill that targets transgender students and dismisses the hit on Texas's business-friendly image, and the other rises up in opposition and holds off the measure. One passes a "show me your papers" law that bans sanctuary cities, and the other files a legal challenge with the backing of San Antonio, Dallas, Houston, Austin and more. One sues to end DACA, the program to protect undocumented immigrants brought here as children, and the other embraces the notion of becoming welcoming cities that nurture and integrate immigrants. These clashes are a reminder that every action can lead to a reaction. In these examples, the response was a welcome alternative to the hardline narrative that often bubbles up from Texas. Texas Ag Ken Paxton just made it harder for Dallas to attract Amazon HQ to consider the debate over immigration, which has been near the top of the hit list for the Trump administration and Texas's top elected leaders. While they rail about border security and the rule of law, and stoke fear in the immigrant community, Dallas is putting out the welcome mat. Last year, it created the Office of Welcoming Communities and Immigrant Affairs with the aim of helping immigrants and refugees thrive in their adopted homeland. The office organized a citizenship campaign that attracted about 500 people last fall, and it's working with police to improve engagement with the immigrant community. Next month, it hopes to submit a strategic welcoming plan to encourage diversity and inclusion, and turn them into a competitive advantage. With almost 1 in 4 Dallas residents being born in another country, the Dallas office is concerned about humanitarian issues as well as promoting economic growth. In the Trump era, apprehensions and deportations are on the rise, and many immigrants are afraid to go out at night or drive their children to the doctor because they could cross paths with law enforcement, said Liz Chedillo Pereira, director of the city's Immigrant Affairs Office. Their fear is palpable and we have to ask how to alleviate that so we can improve the quality of life for all residents, she said. Dallas is one of many cities taking a public stand in defense of immigrants, and it's part of Welcoming America, a network of over 100 cities trying to create inclusive, welcoming places for immigrants. In September, Dallas was among 25 cities selected for a research award and technical assistance from the Gateways for Growth initiative. The New American Economy, a bipartisan pro-immigration advocacy group of over 500 mayors and business leaders, is helping with research and strategy. Ding dong, the bathroom bill is dead. One goal is to help cities develop a blueprint to attract immigrant talent and jumpstart their economies. While Congress debates the value of immigration, in city after city, the evidence is already in. Immigrants revive neighborhoods and drive economic growth, John Feinblatt, president of New American Economy, said last fall. In Dallas, immigrants account for 24% of the population, compared with 13.2% for the U.S., and almost 32% of Dallas workforce, according to research by New American Economy and the city of Dallas. Immigrants have grown much faster than the total population, accounting for 40% of the city's population increase from 2011 to 2016. Dallas immigrants earned almost $8 billion in 2016, and they're much more likely to start their own businesses. In the entire Dallas-Fort Worth metro area, almost 87,000 immigrants are entrepreneurs. We know that over time, immigrants and refugees have become a very substantial part of our community, said Chedillo Pereira, an immigration lawyer who worked nearly 2 years for Immigration and Customs Enforcement. So what can we do to harness their full potential? Since December, her office has been working with a task force of 85 community leaders and stakeholders to develop the strategic plan. Houston has been moving in a similar direction for longer, and the Welcoming Houston group made 50 recommendations in January 2017. Those included proposals to increase immigrant representation on city boards and commissions, and avoid police involvement in enforcing immigration laws. It also suggested a legal fund to help Houston immigrants who face removal proceedings. Houston leaders, especially the police chief, have been saying the right things about the importance of immigrants, said Kate Vickery, executive director of the Houston Immigration Legal Services Collaborative. But the city hasn't formally adopted the recommendations as part of a strategic plan, she said. In general, she pointed to nonprofit groups that have made the most progress, including Houston's Deportation Defense Project. 18 cities nationwide have published a strategic welcoming plan, and just over 24 have opened city offices dedicated to immigrant inclusion and integration, said Kate Brick, director of state and local initiatives for the New American Economy. The plans typically address at least 3 areas. They try to increase immigrant representation on city committees and create a leadership pipeline for the newcomers. They closely examine public safety policies so that police can be seen as protecting the community, not enforcing immigration laws. And they push to create an office within city government to promote and assist immigrants, and not only for practical reasons. It sends a message that the community takes diversity seriously and wants to be welcoming, Brick said. It's also a potent counterpoint to all the talk about a border wall. Corn and Pan's Texas lawsuit to end DACA. I honestly don't understand.